Amanda,
Aweto,
Amanda,
Aweto,
Maipuye,
Liberia,
Liberia,
Maipuye,
Jovia, Deble.
Trigger.
Aha, y'all want it roll, the punch giant ready to take over.
Like
Y'all want it roll, beat, Papa come here again. Y'all want it roll, Papa Georgie come here again. Y'all want it roll, Mama Joe come here again. Who want it roll, see, Tisha come here again. Now the whole country giant come here so better move it roll. I say you're better move your roll. You deserve to get away. Pulling back to get away. We come here again. Who wanna roll cities? He come here again. Young who wanna roll job? We are coming again. Who wanna roll Mama Joe? We come here again. Up in the roll cities, she come here again. Now the whole country giant they come so. Better move on and roll. I say y'all better move your roll. Take it away. Better get away. We come here again. We forced to win the scheme. We come here again. Coalition for democratic change. Now the whole country champion they coming so. You better move on the road. I say you better move your foot. You be Paris and get away. Better get away. Nyen say I'm on Imbo, I say I come at Deble, Mosico corridor. Nyen say I'm on Imbo, I say I come. See Tisha shake your body, Tisha shake your body, why don't you shake your body, Tisha shake your body, Acha le oh, see your le oh, Acha le oh.
Let me welcome you this morning on the Abrakar talk show. And in studio with me is my co-host. And this is the Abraham 100 presentation. We intend to talk about the president's administration of the Republic of Liberia. Ambassador Josh Manuel, the president of the Republic of Liberia.
You can tell us now.
We have been in office now for like 90 days.
We'll celebrate.
We want to see some of the progress. Discussing some of the progress these administrations have made. Things that have not been in the interest of our people. Some of the decisions that they have also taken that have also been in the interest of our people. So we are here discussing the issue. Definitely we will dive into the CDC administration. What have been some of the progress that they have made so far within 90 days? What are some of their priorities? Who get the clear understanding of this administration? We gave you a play-by-play description.
That we the champion team. Peaceful we remain. International we do bleed. Sing with me, say Atalele oh. See oh lele oh. Atalele oh. See oh lele oh. Power to the people. Only party men and do evil. They say the people why I'm not putting them in the spot. They get a pinky, no easy rapping can rap the king. Gotta get away. And the party in your space. I gotta go with plugging. CDC now take it. DC, CDC, we the champion team. Boom,
You Jezo, ruling party, you're in trouble. Come on, you're moving on the road. CDC coming in with four.
Good morning, my friend.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Kamara. It's nice being on the Abrakar show this morning again on another fascinating presentation. Yeah, so we can get the ball rolling.
We're looking at the president. This president was a senator. Both of them, both the vice president and that of the president, both of them was in the House of Senate. And we saw the way in which the president was elected from becoming senator. Being he was the peace ambassador, overwhelmingly the people of Masurado voted him to power. He went in the national legislature to get the clear understanding how the national legislature run, what happened there, how they proceed. And then he threw his hat in the race. The people again of Liberia voted for him without even thinking. The people said they love him. And here we are, 90 days. What's your take?
Well, 90 days into a government administration, a new government administration, it's not enough to give them a to set a standard on whether they have achieved or not. But 90 days can show a mark or a direction of how the government is proceeding. And so few steps that I think the government currently has been doing in its first 90 days of administration. One, I think the government has engaged into youth empowerment programs and youth empowerment as a whole in government. It is one of the first time in our nation history where you can see the government being run by young people, almost 80% of the government.
By percent, the poor.
The masses. Since I was born, it is my first time to say we have not heard in this government anyone coming from abroad going to take ministerial positions. Everyone that we have currently, whether you are ministers, deputy, are people who have lived with the people, who have suffered with the people, who understands the issues of the people.
But you have you have a minister, a deputy minister of information who came from abroad. Okay. You also have the port. It's not LPRC boss. She also came from abroad.
You might be in Liberia. You might PSN. She been in Liberia throughout her administration. She's working with the NOCA, the National Oil Company, and as a government, that's why I've said, and I keep saying that if Ambassador Weah feels, we will not hold him responsible. We will hold the peasants children responsible.
Why?
Because for a long time, we,
as young people,
peasant children, the young people, have cried that we are left out of government administration. And so this has been the perfect opportunity ever given to us young people to run the country. He is the arrowhead, yes, but he's not going to run the Ministry of Finance. He's not going to run the Ministry of Agriculture. He's not going to run the youth and sport. He's not going to run the information. Okay, all of the various ministries, the Ministry of Gender, he's not going to run those agencies. He has given us the opportunity to serve, to run them. So there we come in with honesty. So we need to be earnest. We need to push forward his agenda, and I see him striving in a more positive direction to give the young people of Liberia, the citizens of Liberia, more opportunity. It comes to good rules. We are aware of some of the rules project. He just took a loan of about $500 million to build a coastal highway straight to the southeast. I think it's going to be the first time to have the people in the southeastern region having access to roads. Another one is the hospital. You have followed the issue of they call it the 14 military hospital, the construction of the hospital. There have been arguments where there should be a more investment put into the JFK to give access to both the military and the citizenry, but also it is also good for military to have hospital. And I mean, though the name is the military, but
the military are not even 3,000 men.
No, but the military hospital
get
is
it.
also
Vast majorities of the peoples
the
are
military.
starving.
The
And the
military,
military is portions of the
the
population.
military hospital is going to have access. It's going to be open to the citizenry.
Then why? Then instead of you creating another building for us to be able to serve the people, why can't you also invest in the JFK,
The JFK has
and
the
other
JFK
governmental
the
hospitals?
maternity has been
Other governmental hospitals, so that vast majorities of the people can be able to serve. Because mind you now, the military is also a portion of the population we are discussing here. So to have a military hospital and not equipping JFK and that of the other governmental hospital, don't you think it's a complete contradiction?
I don't see it as a contradiction. We had a JFK when we built the Jackson F though before hospital, which is known as one of the petty structure and the programs that were put in place for that hospital. The Jackson F though before hospital should be known as one of the most modernized hospitals in the region. Okay, though we don't have much equipment in that place. And we also put in this construction of this 14 military hospital is going to have access both to, I mean, it's look at the structure, the departments may not fit within the JFK programs, and so that's some of the project the president is undertaking. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, we followed the president when he ushered in. He told the people of West Point that everybody, Gibraltar, wants your zinc. He's changing the zinc in the entire region of both West Point and Gibraltar. He said it's a personal initiative. I think it is also geared towards giving the people a more livelihood community, because sometimes the people sleeping and you have water leaking into the house.
The president talked about the new city.
And the new city,
we saw the president, taking the Indians on the historical site. It was the place our forefather landed when they came from the United States. After they left from Sierra Leone, they went on the island. And that island had been misused by our people to the extent that people even poo-poo in the waters around that end. And there are not sufficient latrines in those areas. And so we should be counting, and for them to be talking about building a hall
on the island,
a modern hall, which the Indians have promised to give us free of charge, only the land we are providing. And they were all going to be named after Mahatma Gandhi.
Okay, so it is a donation from the Indian. It is a donation. But what I can say is the people of Liberia and the current government, the government is trying to set up a stage of renewing the government, the environment of our you know how congested Monrovia is. That small capital city is very congested. And so if we are able to expand beyond the capital to make sure that we have more modern places being constructed across the city, I think it's another good one.
Yeah, but that can only be done if you attract. You see, the rural area need to be more attractive.
I listened to the managing director of the National Housing Authority. He said there are more houses going to be built. More houses going to be built.
You see, we have been hearing that even from early days, that there will be more houses that will be built, that there will be more houses that will be built. At the end result, we don't even see anything. But man, what we're saying here is that instead of you, it will be better. It will be better that more opportunities be given. Let us forget about Mosurado and concentrate on places like Nimba, Bomb. Let us concentrate on places like Lofa. Let us concentrate places like Grand Basso. and other areas. At the end result, vast majorities of the people, well, why you think today in other cities that people don't want to even go to rural Liberia to go teach? Because there are no good electricity. There's not a good even newspaper for you to see. Current newspaper is not an easy thing.
It has been an issue problem over the year, and if every government comes to power and give us the assurance that they will try to make sure we have some of these issues for our people, we should be able to embrace it and see if it is being implemented.
The next thing I want us to look at, security. People are getting afraid to even go back home now. People are getting afraid. And I'm not saying that Joshman and Weir is the problem here. But looking at what have happened to our brothers and sisters who leave the United States and go to Liberia, we see most of them, life are taken away and there's nothing. Absolutely, we know that government is continuity. But looking at the insecurity, the crime rate in our country have gone very hard.
And so, normally, when new government transition in country like Africa, I mean, in country, in region like Africa, sometimes you have issue with security, and it takes time to have it being adjusted. Because when new president takes over, he does his own adjustment into the security sector. And so, yes, there have been some issues with security, but some people may be on mission to damage the administration.
What you mean?
I mean, politically, people want to make sure that security-wise you have instability. And when you have instability when it comes to security, why your government will not be that functional and proper.
It also tarnishes the reputation international-wise.
That's what I'm saying. Charles Taylor has a serious issue with security. If you just add Madam Salif's security to Charles Taylor government, you will say Charles Taylor government is one of the best. Because doing his,
but look, Emmanuel, don't you think we are driving on seeing a dictatorship form in our country?
No.
Any country, histories are proving that any country wherein the president heavily continue to invest in the security sector, we saw Edo, we saw Taylor. Early security was beefed up. Early security was beefed up, and at the end result, we saw President Weir and his current defense minister. At the time, he was the chief of staff. I don't know what
the first thing.
So at the end result, at the end result, you see that the president is heavily investing in securities in our country, then investing in the people themselves.
The first thing the president is doing that needs to be commended is to invest in the security. Army has drawn down.
Okay.
President Salif's entire training was being garnered by Army.
I agree with you.
And so the drone down of Army gave you a hint of instability when it comes to security. And so if the president has decided to invest into security sector to make sure that he strengthens the security for the country, it should be laudable.
A security that is underpaid, a security that is not attractive, a security that you're looking at that we cannot even encourage our comrades and peers to even join. And then how will our brothers and sisters in the diaspora have that trust for them to be able to say, oh yes indeed, Liberia is safe, if not, our region is safe, for us to be able. Because our securities are underpaid. Imagine in this country where you and myself live, you and myself, if someone was to ask you to go back to Liberia for the sake of love and go work for $150 a month, You will even tell the person that something wrong with them. Then you pay security people who are armed to defend the state, but yet they are underpaid.
So
Our malnourished security system.
Under President Salif administration, you had the OMIO. The OMIO personnel they had a lot of money being paid to them. They have medical insurance. They have life insurance. That's from the United Nations. And so every loyalty has been paid to them. So there were more attention paid to the foreign security sector as compared to the local security. Our country's security. And so if they have drilled down, you need a president that will say, look, let's do more investment to security to make sure that we have a stronger security sector. Let's make sure that they are certified. They increase their salary because under the past administration they had less salary. So let's increase that salary. So these are some of the things that we have to be looking at as the president, doing the investment of hospitals and making them feel happy. Okay, so we have a hospital for us, it's okay. And other things that are going on that in the security, so we shouldn't jump start that is being built for its security. Because I believe that the president believes in the Constitution, and if he's to be elected for 2 terms, he'll go for the 2 terms. And after the 2 terms,
we should know that military hospitals are primarily for the military. The VA here.
Well, according to them, they say
the VA
according to.
But then why call it military hospital?
Yeah, it's for the military primarily, like you said.
So, but that's what I'm saying. So that means primarily it's for the military. That does not mean that other people cannot go there.
But citizens will go there. The masses will go there. When the masses is sick, and equipment are there to make sure that you are treated for you to have for it to be well, you have access to it.
The phone lines is open. Keep your call coming on 215-594-6133. And this is a joint presentation by Abraham and Emmanuel. And on our abrakar talk show this morning, we intend to look at the president 90 days in office. What have been some of the improvement in our country? The rice prices have increased. The president, we think that was even a lip service. Price will come down, and as we speak, the rice price has remained to be high up. The US rate is exorbitantly 140. What's going on?
When the president took over the government, you already had a messed up economy. Meaning the rate was on an increase.
And he knew that, right?
The rate was already increasing.
But the president knew that.
Yes, he knew the kind of economy was taking over.
He knew that we had a mess system, and yet he still said he wanted to be president to fix it.
Yes, and it's been fixed. 90 days is not enough to fix economy.
So every time, it's not enough. It's not enough. This is a new baby. It just born. It's not enough. Is that what we're going to be on until this people reach 2 to 3 years?
Give a 6 month. Give a 6 month period to see if the economy remains the same. You saw, because the president is operating in the past administration budget. The past.
I agree with you. The president is operating in the past administration, but yet it rice price. So that alone is
rice price was already up. Rice price was already up when he took over. So the increase.
So the rice price was already up.
The curve. So the economic curve of rice price was on an increase.
On an increase.
Yes.
But what we're saying, since it was on an increase, this is a president who is in the interest of the people. So he could not. There is no way that this president can intervene to be able to see how best.
No, economically when you impose price on the people, you will harm the economy more. So you allow the market forces to play by itself. So allowing the prices, whether it will go up or it will come down, let it be the market forces, whether there are more rice importers in the country, or whether there is
but
monopoly on rice.
but the guys that are importing rice, the guy that is importing rice, they only want to remain. They want the market to be a monopoly. They want to monopolize the market. And so that is one of the things that we intend to, in fact, look at. Because the market, as we speak, you only have the Fulanese and that of the Lebanese that are bringing goods and services. And our big brother Vavle Dolan, who is a founding member of CDC, is watching. This brother, you know, he was one of those who stood tall in front of Samido and said, "You are a complete dictator." And so, this government, the way things are going, I think the issues of corruption. 2 weeks report to us. We have gone 3 weeks. There have been no report. The Justice Minister, we say on this network that there's a need that the Justice Minister recuse himself. And he did.
Indeed.
The Justice Minister recused himself. And as we speak, there have not been a comprehensive report that have been presented to the President.
And so, when the Justice Minister,
when
the Justice Minister left, or when he stepped down, or however you may call it, you are aware that the President also recently set up a new committee. He set up a new committee. I think that was just a week ago. So meaning the committee that was set up with the Justice Minister was nullified.
Was null and void.
Yeah. And so a new committee was set up. So we wait on the new committee to see. Let's say like give the new committee 2 or 3 weeks, but we don't know which mandate they gave them under the new arrangement. So,
Justice.
But the matter of fact, the President is taking some crucial steps towards it. We see it as a sign to fight corruption. Earlier, because when the report came out, he shoot it straight by setting on a committee.
But I even thought that there was no need for us to even look at the issues of an investigation. Because the thing is, Amra Kone report a corrupt Amra Kone. In his report, Amra Kone make it very clear that there should be, let me say, that he received $35,000. And in one point in time, Amra said that he received it for the good job he did. Then that put us in a position that Amra Kone violated our constitution.
And he might likely have violated the executive order. Yes, that same executive order.
Yeah,
it's had issue with the tenure resigning before contesting. Also has a component that speaks to receiving gifts, and so he's being paid.
So that means he received pay for a job, for his function and his duty. And under our law is a crime. Under Article 90 of the Liberian Constitution is a crime. If you are appointed, take for example the current finance minister and economic planning minister of the Republic of Liberia, automatically he is member of the board of NOCA. That one, the president don't have to appoint him to be member of the board of NOCA because it's automatic. It is sworn within the act that created NOCA. The lesser man's minister. So these two people are automatically member of the board. So if for any reason you are giving 35,000 for your function or in line with your duty, it's a crime under our law.
I agree.
So for the fact that Amra Kone, admitted that he received that money, Amra Kone, that means Amra Kone should be going through the process.
He should be. But you cannot start American alone.
No.
You have to start
For
with
the fact
all
that
those that new
for the
ambition in
fact
the
that for the fact that Amra Kone admitted that gave a clear understanding that those other people that were listed,
what if those other people who received the gifts were
they were
they
the,
don't have
the
statutory-
former
they don't
justice
have-
minister
They don't have statutory.
Christina
They don't
Tar.
have, they don't have statutory recipient to receive rights to receive gifts.
Oh, but the fact here is those that are on the board, they were government officials.
So
They were ministers. So the thing is,
the issue is we gave the committee the time to do that investigation, and so the new committee, we expect the new committee to be awesome because people like the kind of people that are on the committee are credible people, and so by now we know that they should be going through the various documentation and the various steps in having the investigation going on properly.
War crime code, before we take our colors, war crime code, where are you on that issue?
War crime code is another critical component.
Perpetrators are passing on around
No.
boasting.
It is good to bring justice to people. It is important to prosecute those who have caused injustices to our people. But you also have to look at the timing when to do that. You need to do that when you have a total control of security in your country. You need to do that when the people are living freely and have access to better job, more job, and good economy. Life is not hard for them. Then you start to do that. But not on a regime that just took over and have it be so the regime just taking over, trying to improve the economy for the people, trying to get things running up, and you try to introduce war crime to start prosecuting people. The point is, why the United Nations did not tell Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to implement the TRC when they had army in the country. When the United Nations had army in the country for 12 years, they could have prevailed on President Sirleaf to implement the TRC. But they did not. So why are they calling on the president of the current president of Liberia to implement TRC when they know they are withdrawing security?
Is that wrong?
It has security implication.
But
To start World Crime Code right now, it has serious security implication.
why?
Look at the region. Just look at the region. You saw when this World Crime Code started in Sierra Leone,
Army were present on ground.
they had a mission, they had army mission in Sierra Leone. But guess what? There was an effect on Liberia because the border was shared. And that effect was what? Child Taylor. So if you start investigating people in Liberia, apparently we must have holding some people from Sierra Leone to come. Guinea, Africa Coast. Then issue of security
To
is
start
a
holding people from those places for what?
when they started to prosecute people in Sierra Leone for atrocities. Child Taylor was brought in Sierra Leone for investigation, right? That
No.
led to his imprisonment.
No.
No, Child Taylor is imprisoned because of Sierra Leone issue.
No, Chatela is in prison because of Australian issue, but the War Crime Court indicted him.
Yeah,
They indicted
the
him,
reason
but
why
Australian did,
the reason
Chatela
why
did not
no,
go.
the reason why
Chatela did not go to Australia to go and testify.
the reason why the TRC
You cannot call
The reason-
a head of state.
no, the reason before they indict you, they may have been some investigation leading to
Yeah,
in the
I agree.
process. For example,
There must be
for example,
witnesses.
you indict me and you investigating me and you're calling names. When I'm calling names, those names are being checked down.
I agree.
And when those names are being checked down, they investigate on those names. So for example, I say Abraham Kamara. So Abraham Kamara, one of those who helped us with $10,000 or $15,000. during our struggle. He's from Sierra Leone. So we put your knee down. Then we investigate, who is Abraham Kamara? We go to Sierra Leone. Then we're gonna indict you to appear before the court, and that will hard it up into the picture. So if you open a welcome code, it's good to do that. But if you open it in Liberia, we're looking at the security implication with the region.
But I
because
agree.
We don't have
security
right now.
Security
Our region has a better. The countries in our region has a better security as compared to Liberia. So you want to do that in your house, you see people start shooting all around. They will put people into more problem. That's how I believe.
So we also need security to in that area. You see, why is it that
on economic crime?
Why is it that this administration have not been able in their first 90 days to audit this to audit their predecessors?
You can't just leave office and start arresting people.
No, but I'm saying audit.
But sometimes they don't announce audit.
Say that again.
Sometimes they don't announce audit.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But under international best practice, audit is always announced.
It's not good.
If I'm coming to your office as an auditor, there are information sent to you informing you.
It means that you've been in office, or you stay in office, so we'll write you to audit you. But when you're not in office, but government is continuing records is not something that you have the transitional team. You had the transitional team who was comprised of both from the coalition and that of the ruling establishment at the time. Granted.
So there are information that are still on the docket of the president. Mm-hmm. Even the issues of the government being broke, the president being crying baby that took over a broke system. We are all aware that the president was informed.
The president was informed.
But why is it that people like Robert Salif? So are you telling me that for the fact that Robert Salif is no longer at Noka, so an auditing commission cannot go to Noka and audit at the time Robert Salif was over there?
And so when new government take over, they don't just start hunting people. You might crumble.
No,
you might.
No,
the first thing is when you take over, your priorities are set. Your priorities, number one, are the economy, infrastructure, followed by other issues that come to economic crimes. And so you don't take over today, the next day you say you arrest President Salif,
you know what, bro? A lot of donor funding to our country. What made international community to look at Ellen as one of the person that will give account of any penny that is given is because when Ellen took over, are you informed that Edwin Melvin Snow was taken to court? Edwin Melvin Snow was taken to court.
I agree with you.
Now take this caller. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to Abraham and Emmanuel presentation.
Yeah, thanks for welcoming me. How are you?
So the issue.
All right. What's the issue? I'm hearing you guys, and Abraham seems to be quite biased on his position. So, what is the issue?
Well, the president has been in office now about 90 days. We are looking at it. What has been some of the progress? Ranging from military hospital, the price of rice, goods and services in our countries is getting exorbitantly high, and that of the issue of a U.S. rate is increasing. The presidents have been going around begging people to come and invest in our economy. What's your take on the issue?
Well, we know that the administration lacks the muster to hold itself responsible to the people of Liberia. We see a disjointed rhetoric being pronounced all over the place. I mean, where the issue is very, very important to unity and conflict resolution. But we have a president that is adamant that he is going to give protection to the former president. He's not going to audit. If he is, he would have done so. So his actions are speaking louder than his words. And his actions are incongruent to his past advocacy. So I don't know if he was real then, but certainly if I have to use that as a measure to judge him now, it's not possible to judge him effectively because everything he is doing is incongruent. His private philanthropy is very different from philanthropy on the national level. So we really have to ask ourselves, what is the role of this president? I posted something on Facebook earlier. Is he a unifier? Because national symbols, he's a national symbol. And we are advocating that some of the symbols in the country are changed to represent the entire population. So is this a change that is worthy to be included amongst those national symbols that will be retained? We have a bigger question at our hands. I mean, we really have to sit back as a society and say, what are the new norms? What are the values that we hold as a country? Because people are coming from everywhere. The war virtually destroyed everything that seemed to have been Liberian, right? And rightfully so, because things were, discombobulated. But now we have someone who has, for many years, projected himself to being the voice of the poor. But we see him surrounding himself with the pro-crooks, surrounding himself, ingratiating himself to all those who have been adverse or operated adversely against the state. So what do we do now? We have a national issue. I think we need to sit back and really ask ourselves, what is it that we want? Do we want to continue on this path that looks like we're going to enter conflict because it cannot be sustained? Or do we want to pressure him for him to abandon those people that he is with? The old lady was smart. What she did is she kept these crooks in the background and then brought on new people that she could control. But for him, he hasn't played that card. He is averse and he's adamant that he is going to bring these people on board, and whether the Liberian people like it or not, they will have to accept it. And so therefore we must question his integrity, his accountability, and his ability to lead.
Thank you. I'll take this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abrakar Talk Show.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Momo Saki. I'm calling from Minnesota.
Mr. Saki, good morning, Chief.
Yeah, fine, baby.
Quickly to the issue, you've been listening. You've been trying to cause sense. The first
yeah, I've been listening. First, I want to say things to every Liberian. I think in the 90 days, the president has tried his best, but there has been some lapses.
What best when the U.S. U.S. price is actually high? What best?
But when we're discussing the U.S. rate, if you look at West Africa, Liberia got the least rate in terms of the U.S. rate. For one aspect, we must know as a Liberian, we don't control the U.S. rate because we import everything. The U.S. rate is based on the economists. It's based on the business people. But I believe the U.S. rate will come down because the president has put measures to place. Tell the central bank, and the central bank will give all money changers at least from now to next month, the first, to get a election, and I think it will bring a system into place.
By getting election will make them for the rate to decrease?
Yeah, maybe the reason that the U.S. raising like the U.S. is not stable is, for example, if you have a businessman and you want to go, maybe China to go buy, you have a liberty, you will give your money out to someone for higher rate to get a U.S. faster. But I believe if the central bank put a regulation that every money can have an election, and the central bank bring a rate, or I think it will work alone. So
that means the proper government been working though. In their 90 days, that means they have performed.
No, in their 90 days they have performed. It's not all sectors because one thing we must know as a Liberian, every sector in Liberia is breakdown. The issues for me, I would say the president.
Sectors are broken down.
Every sector are broken down again.
Every sector in Liberia. Every sector
you saying sectors are breaking down?
Yeah,
they may say
every
sector.
The agricultural sector is not okay. The health sector is not okay. The economic sector is not
everywhere
good.
you think. Liberia is not like America. Like for example, America, you can become a president in America. You can focus maybe only on job employment. You will not focus on building road, building health sector, improving the education sector. But for Liberia, let's go to Liberia. I think the president in the 90s, they are performed in the issues of education. When I say performing in the issues of education, first time in our history,
the 6,000 teachers and not coming.
We're not discussing the teacher.
We rejected 6,000 teachers. We rejected them. We said, no, we didn't want it.
Let us go bit by bit.
But you requested for them, then you come back, you say.
Students don't pay wire fees anymore.
Brother Ebi, the man, he never requested for 6,000 instructors. He requested, there is a vacancy, we need 6,000 instructors. He requested for a technician to come and train our 6,000 instructors. In the 90s, the president, first time in Liberia history, you went to the University of Liberia, people used to stay on long queue to register. In the first time in Liberia history, in the 90 days, our brothers and sisters of the University of Liberia have a digital system. In the first time in the Republic of Liberia, our students in the Douglas University, they were not paid. This president took over and negotiated with them today. They have their allowance back. First time in the history of Liberia, our 12th students used to go on the street, begging from office to office to pay their wire fee. First time in the history of Liberia, that burden has gone away. So, for the education sector, I think this president has performed. The issues about youth empowerment. First time in the history of Liberia to get someone from dual community that never knew that if one day they could be minister or deputy minister. It happened in the first time in the Republic of Liberia. In 90 days, we see young people who, you never even think those people could be in government position. Today, they are in government position.
The competent ones, I knew that they were going to become someone. The competent ones. Not the incompetent now. Because there are differences between the competent loyalists and the incompetent loyalists. But for the fact that they were loyalists or they are, they must be satisfied, they must be factor into the system.
Me and you know, politics contain two things, interest and self-interest. So it's not a matter of competence. When people bring in an argument of incompetent, it's not, you cannot tell someone they are incompetent only the performance of the man on the job. That's why I prove that the man is incompetent. That for one aspect. Then the issues about the health sector. First time in a brother like Europe, what the past time, GFK used to get 2 million. This person in this going budget, they're going to recap budget. The person gave extra funding to GFK. Besides GFK budget, they gave them 500,000. People never know the aspect. They say the person gave his wife the same budget GFK had. That money was extra funding to renovate some of the material GFK had. It was not GFK budget. Some people never knew that. First time in the Republic of Liberia, our military.
First time for the first lady to get 500,000.
In every country that's happened, maybe all the 12 years we never knew what we call first lady. So that's why we Liberians, we stay till that time we have first lady. GRT was functioning. So don't forget about that. The issues about the military hospital. You listening to the commander, the chief of staff, the armed forces of Liberia, over the radio. He said people in the military, their family, when they are sick, they go to the nearby hospital. They are not being treated properly. People, so it's the first time at least the military of Liberia come to have their own hospital where policemen can go there and be treated. AFM men, because to get a slave to go to a private hospital, it takes a time, but if the military have their own hospital.
Quickly, you get 30 seconds. We have to take another call.
You can only use your husband ID card and go to the hospital. I think that's a good initiative. First time to see a president where they come from and go back there. Now, the issues about West Point, the president has instructed the housing facility to relocate the people. By next year, drastically, you will see a new construction. Everybody that lives in West Point will have a 2-room apartment. that is a good initiative.
Thank you.
In Gibraltar, the coming witnesses will come to see a new thing for the people horses.
We are went to see that Gibraltar that he came from. And it's still looking the same way.
Yeah, but that's not it.
Okay, let's take this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abrakar Talk Show.
My name is Joseph Nimley, and I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Joseph, 90 days
Yeah.
the country giant in town.
I was just listening to the last speaker. I mean, these guys really don't get it, man. You know, it's sad that that we can after all this campaigning and all this time, these guys are still running campaign even though they are presidents. They are full elected leaders of the country. Now the guy is saying they gave money to JFK, they gave money to the First Lady, they gave money. You see, that's the problem in the whole Liberia scenario. The problem is not the lack of money. We have the resources, we have the money. The problem is corruption. You see, you give the man $1 million, the man steal the $1 million. Then when you give him $3 million, what is he going to do with it? When you give him $3 million, that time he's not going to steal.
My co-host said they need all mill to implement the TRC because why all mill was on ground. And that makes sense. But what's your take? Don't forget about what the caller said. What's your take? Do you think this administration has performed or underperformed?
No. The administration has not performed, and the administration will not perform. We got a saying that
they have not performed, and they will not.
They will not. Based on. Okay, good question. This government's leanings is purely communist. If you look at these guys have isolated the powers that matter. America, Canada, Great Britain, they've isolated themselves from them because of their communist leaning. They lean to China. They lean to those communist ideologies.
The president thinking about going to Russia. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing. I'm saying it's just buttress the same thing I'm saying. And Russia, believe it or not, we can make all the noise we want to make. Russia depends on America to move. Russia is a superpower, but not the superpower. Now, if you isolate the superpower, America, Canada, Great Britain, you're on your own. That's why you see the president going to Ghana and Ivory Coast and Nigeria to beg for money. What are they going to give you?
But the president
what are you going to get from them? France promised you go to France and got $10 million. What can that do for the country? You know, these are signs that we need to look at. We need to look at these signs and say, you know what? They say when you know on Christmas Eve and when you know Christmas will be all right. You know, when you're on Christmas Eve and you don't see you get nothing in your pocket, you know Christmas will not be all right. These are the signs that we look at when we say the government will not succeed, because the government is on the wrong path. It started on the wrong path and continues on the wrong path.
But there's a need that we correct that wrong path because we are in the interest of the people. So it is better that we, the citizens from Liberia, that will be able to recommend to come up with a suggestion.
Let me throw a word to him. To say the government is not performing
and will not perform. That means they better have
based on the trajectory. Based on the trajectory that the government is on.
I think you are proceeding on a track that of your personal feelings, right?
No, it's not.
You and I know.
It's not at all.
No, you and I know that before the government took over, you know how an agreement signed to create or to pave the coastal highway, the roads in the southeast, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I are aware that before this government came to power, you know how a process of having a military hospital, right? You and I know when the government came to power, you know how a plan put in place to have housing unit constructed for the people in West Point. You and I know that before this government came to power, you know how students paying fees. I mean, the student paying the wire fees free of charge. You go and take wire free of charge. You and I know before the government came to power, we know how that in place. You and I know that before this government came to power, that we now have a system where the UL students used to just go online, register online.
We never
You know
I'm from the universities of Labrador. We never had a computer lab.
You never had it. This government has introduced all of what I just listed, and you said there's no progress. Now let me correct you. Let me correct you quickly. Yeah. No, I come in. Let me correct you quickly. Listen very well, right? Whenever government comes to power, they don't just run to how you call it, maybe to America, or you want to call it you want to call it slave masters, because you want to subject or to say you want to subject or to slave masters issues, right? Because they say, oh, the government came to power is a role as slave master. No. Let me say this. When Eddie came to power, when President Salim came to power, it took President Salim almost 1 year before she could meet George Bush. Almost 1 year, or a little over 1 year. And when George Bush left power, it was in 2009 when President Salim met Barack Obama. Okay? Through our President Salim service, she met U.S. President, I think, 3 times. Barack Obama 2 times, George Bush 1 time. Right? Now,
this she was constantly coming to the United States, though.
She comes constantly.
Okay, right? and attending other functions
she comes
on behalf of the country.
Okay, get done with the lecture.
That has happened.
You're done with the lecture.
That has happened after she had met the President of the United States, so she decided making frequent trips, right? Now, a new president, before you make advancement to another country, sometimes it's always good for foreign relationship wise, it's always good to pay your first visit to that country straight to the State House before you start coming to the country frequently. That's why when you read international relations,
that is diplomacy.
Yeah, your first trip to that country should be geared towards meeting the White House.
You should be escorted straight.
So you don't say, oh, George just can't join the United Nations or join. I mean, if you come to United Nations function, it's good. Or John come to one university speak there. No. Okay. Even the president of Ghana.
Brother, you're gonna let me speak, or is this a 30-minute class session, or you gonna let me speak?
I come here, I'm responding to you. When the president of Ghana came to power, it took him a while before he met US, the UK people for support.
So now give him a chance. Other people calling me.
It is not as you see it. He came to power today and tomorrow you go on your way to meet
So go ahead.
First of all, let me ask you, this is just common sense. You got 3 major hospitals. You cannot equip. You cannot equip 3 major hospitals. There have been issues with even thermometer being missing from the hospital, from JFK. You can't find thermometer, something to take your temperature. You go there, you got long lines. There's a huge facility, half of it not in use because they're not equipped. The same thing with the hospital in Nimba. Okay? Same thing with Redemption Hospital right there. You got those 3 hospitals that I just named. There are others, but I just named those 3. You cannot equip them. You cannot pay your doctors well. But you want to build a 4th hospital. If you cannot equip 3, how are you going to equip 4? So let's talk about the hospital situation. Don't you think common sense will tell you, since I have these hospitals that are ill-equipped, that are in disrepair, I should take the millions of dollars that I'm trying to build a military hospital with to equip these hospitals, repair these hospitals, and pay my doctors well? What's leadership? You can't equip 3. For example, you get 3, you can't equip. Ain't talking about 4. Okay? Let's go to your session about LU getting computer. Well, that thing was in the pipeline.
Not computer.
A lab.
LU has a lab, but this is the lab issue. I mean, a computerized registration process.
Yeah, a computerized registration process.
You don't have to go stay online. Just go to any cafe in Monrovia,
brother,
and register.
You spoke and I listened. Can you listen to me speak?
Okay, you have 30 seconds.
Yeah, you spoke and I listened. Can I speak?
Okay, you have the time.
You got, in common sense, you come to me. Let's say I'm a donor. You're a donor country. You the donor. I come to you. I say, brother, my country is in disrepair. I need your help in education. I need your help in agriculture. I need your help in healthcare. and so on and so forth. Then I leave. While you thinking about helping me in these areas, I come and make a big speech about building a city over water. How you a donor country? You thinking about helping me on the property? Then I come and make a speech 2 weeks later. I'm building a city over water. You take me seriously?
All right.
You see, these are the common sense issues that we're talking about when we say they're going to get promises. Most of the things you're talking about, there's going to be just promises because you're not going to have the funds to do it.
No,
because of the way you are projecting yourself.
You agree with me. You agree with me on all the issues are listed on what the
No, I don't.
achieved. You agree with me
I
on that?
really don't.
I listed more than 10 things.
I really don't. I
Okay.
really don't agree
Okay.
with you.
Right.
Having a registration system in our country, it's nothing compared to the money these guys put in their pocket.
It is no,
It's nothing.
In 3 months, how many money do you invest?
What?
In 3 months,
150 million across the road the first time.
So we have
Where?
another call.
150 million the alien left in the car across the road.
where?
Okay, we'll leave you there. Thank you for your call. I'll take this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to the Abrakar Talk Show. Abraham and Emmanuel presentation.
It was very interesting, brother. Tell that man to keep quiet a little bit. I'm trying to tell him to keep quiet a little bit. I'm calling from North Dakota, but I'm from the East Coast. I recognize her number.
Okay, can you please load your receiver behind you, please?
Yeah.
Okay. We're discussing the Propo. The Propo have been in office 90 days. What have been their achievement and some of their, progress that they have made in our country and some of the things that they need to improve on. That's what we are discussing here. And other people are saying that this government have done nothing and will not do anything.
Everybody got an opinion. Everybody got an opinion. Like that caller that just called from North Carolina, that brother, he don't want your correcting. These are one of the people that want your correcting. But I just want to give you an idea. Anybody that call on your show, even including yourself, I've been watching your show, and I'm making a big step in a decision. We have to contribute to our country. As you said, election is over. For me, I've never been in that country for the past 22 years. My contribution right now, oh yeah, brother, and I'm still on here. My contribution to that country right now, as I say, if you want fact, I will share it. All those people that are calling are just talking, it's more talk because we've been in the country for so long and we're not contributing. I contribute books and book bag and pencil for 2,000 students. It's not no for name or for show. I'm doing it for my own pocket. And nobody's sponsoring me. But I'm not saying it to a special person. I carry the memorial to my dad church. Anybody I see on the street, schools, anybody I can contribute to help. But not everybody I'm going to call on your show. They just talk. So now I be angry, but I can't see any person to express myself, brother. Because if you just call on the show, you're not contributing because you think you got cell phone, you can just call and talk. We all have to contribute to the government. We know what the government heading to. But the fact is, some people think we still running election, and they ready just talk. Like that brother that was just talking from North Carolina, y'all should ask him, what is contribution to that country? What he implying in other people's life right now? Or damn can help. Just look at our students and tell them, say, listen, I will sponsor you for 6 months. I will give you books, clothes. We in the USA, routine common. Even you take it from Salvation Army and packages, go in a new, brand new book bags, toothpicks, soap. Just packages. It will take a year. You do all that for 2,000 students. You know what door you opening? What help you helping other people? But sometimes I just see people come on the show, brother, to be honest, man. I know, Joe, we have, yeah. But at least we all got to make different. When they call your show, that's my own decision now for you. I will be personal watching your show. Yeah, asking that question, brother. What your help right now? Politics, we're putting it aside. So I'm still watching your show. I'm watching it.
Please share.
Yeah, go ahead.
Please share the show. Please share it on your page and also invite other people. Thank you.
I will.
The brother struck a very significant point. Seriously? We all need to contribute to our country, not just what the country can do for us. We all have to. But don't you think the pro-poor thing? What is pro-poor? Let's take this one from Canada. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to Abraham and Emmanuel presentation.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Kamara. My name is Francis, though. I'm calling from Toronto.
Quickly, I mean, y'all have our sympathy. We from the U.S. We know that crazy man ran into the crowd and killed more than 5 people. So, you're sorry, huh?
I know this thing is normally happen here, you know, but it's something that normally happen, but.
Quickly, Propo, you understand the government?
Yeah, Mr. Kamara, the first thing the government, they are sure doesn't know the slogan. The slogan is the issue. What's the government slogan first before we're talking about who go to the government itself?
The government slogan.
Propo.
To alleviate the people from poverty. That's the aim of the government.
Yeah, but if the government doesn't represent the slogan of the government, the government doesn't represent what they say they do, because the poor government, the poor government is running 90,000 naira car, and everywhere they run the government, everybody around the government doesn't sound like a poor. That's what I wanted to know, the slogan of the government.
Using $35,000 car, you say you poor. I thought you'd be using Sudan. The sedan, I say Sudan, sedan. You be using a sedan to go to office, they will know you proper. But hey, the people are government officials. There are prices and immunities come with those positions. And so you don't expect them for them to be riding bicycle to go to
But that's what I asked the question. What do you mean by proper? That's because if you read the definition,
the brother just said, my co-host said, that proper is to alleviate poverty and improve the economy of our country.
That's
and that means when you say to improve the economy of our country, that means those that are in abject poverty will be able to move from poverty to prosperity.
And so to just add up, proper does not mean you are poor. Maybe this is why some people getting it wrong. When President Sadiq took over, she introduced the poverty reduction strategy. That policy was introduced in 2008, 2009.
Let me cut you off, sir. Why we always talk about President Sadiq government? President Sadiq government fails. It
make you to understand what's happening, right? Every government that comes to power introduces their own policy, their own agenda to implement.
Does this government have one?
Yes.
What is it?
The Purple Agenda for Prosperity.
Where is it? Where can that be from?
It's been there are consultations right now with citizens.
So that means this government don't have it yet.
No, the government has an agenda.
No,
but before the agenda is launched,
the agenda have not been put. It have not been completed yet.
The government agenda is poverty to alleviate the people from poverty.
That's the agenda, but it are not the blueprint of it.
So the policy, when we talk about the policy guidelines to it, is what being prepared right now to be launched, to be implemented with the government national budget that will be passed in July.
I agree with you.
The point is no government. No, the point is no government.
Because we know it took Ellen 2 years.
Yes.
It took Ellen 2 years to come up with the poverty reduction strategy.
So no government comes to power while you operating in the past government budget and start implementing your policy. It's not possible.
Oh, so you want to introduce a policy
when you are passing a new budget. That new budget is being passed in line with your policy.
I get your point.
So in July or in August, when the new budget has been passed, that new budget is tied
to the policy,
the new policy.
consultation that have been going on in recent in the
diaspora. That is what's going on. So yes, there's an agenda, but that agenda is not into full swing yet until we have a new government and we have a new budget being passed in line with the current agenda.
Okay.
So to propose is an economic policy geared towards alleviating poverty from the peasants, from the masses.
Okay.
And so it does not mean that
But
should be
where
paid.
the first
And you talk about Ryan, you talk about Propo and people riding 90,000 cars.
Yeah.
This government has not purchased any car. They have not. President, I said Ryan, the convoy of President said they were Ryan.
Because I saw Ellen getting down.
That is same car, they may stay in. So you see that? The government has not purchased any vehicle.
So
The
all those
government-
ministered vehicles are from the
They
past.
still using the past vehicle. You heard the president last time that every government official who were using government car before should turn the vehicle over or else it'll be bad for them.
Okay. Now leaving there, quickly, we have tons of color this morning to
Okay,
address
thanks.
the issue.
I highly appreciate it. Thanks. I appreciate your time.
Okay. Now take this one of our constant caller from Maryland.
Yeah, maybe good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
Yeah, my name is Prince and Sharif, and I call you from Maryland. to be
Prince, 90
specific,
days.
Baltimore. Yes, 90 days. We can proudly say to the
Explain to
world.
the people what the Propo had done for the 90 days. Because you
Yeah,
are
the first thing we want to say is that thank you very much for giving us the opportunity, Brother AB. While it is true that we may not have the same, ideology and, relative to how we want government to run, but I want to thank you. And the essence of your show is to promote democracy. I hear of people saying that, oh, when the other person call, you ask them what happened. Then when they not explain, or when they enter, you say they buy half of Liberia, then you call them off. I think you are too good for that. And that's what make you to be one of the person that we admire, because you promote democracy. And this is the essence of democracy, where what are the men do, the men not do, the men talk. So thank you very much. And I know that you are not listening to some of these things, but again, we respect their own opinion. Brother AB, let me proudly say on this particular show, like my brother and friend is saying in the studio, what this government have done within the period of 90 days, we are still looking for a space to be able to compare it with since 1847. One will say, well, Prince always talk, what he said. But I'm telling you, there are a lot that have been achieved under this particular government. The first thing is that let's look at the war Propo. Brother AB, you don't need to be even a high school graduate. You can even be like my uncle and Bwema Zombo for all the way Grand Cape Mount County that does not even understand the Queen's language very well, but you can be able to interpret what a Propo is. Basically, I will come down with the English business. My people, when we talk about Propo, the whole government Propo thing, it means that this government is for the poor people. It means this government wants to create a situation where the poor people of Liberia, the class that have been marginalized, those that have not been able to eat 3 times a day, those that have been disconnected from government, our people who have been lacking behind relative to the basic thing that we can have in Liberia. Like, for example, living a life where in the morning you will wake up, you don't have to struggle the whole day, at least to get something to put on the table, where you will not have to have your 5 children and take them and send them to Monrovia only because you can't afford and allow them to live a kind of modern day slavery, but you will pay their school fee. They will be able to go to the university and acquire what they're supposed to acquire. Where when you work for your money will be able to, do the basic thing that you want in life. For example, paying your house rent, carrying yourself to hospital, so that at least you can be able to get the necessary treatment, so that those who are down the line can actually benefit. So when we talk about Propo, it means a for the poor. This particular agenda or this thing that the government talking, me Propo, everything in line with this particular government, it means the poor people will be alleviated. The poor people will come up. The poor people will no longer be seen as down the line. The government want to create a middle class, like in other countries. Today in America, if a poor man tell you say I poor some of them, you see them riding their late motor car. I know of people who they don't even have enough.
But what does government have done in the interest of the people within 90 days? Looking at the U.S. rate, looking at the rest press, very high.
Thank you. The first thing, brother AB, I want to say here, I'm going to be done, with the whole English business. And let me say this: what this government have done, the first thing is that I want people to understand the UL rate is not this particular government that carry up, and the government will not carry up. The thing I made today, we see the particular US rate way up.
Power, the US rate will now 140.
I come in, brother AB. The thing that made the US rate to be very high up. The first thing we must understand is that Liberia, for the past years, under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, we had the highest number of peacekeeping force in Liberia. And the UN people, they were not paying in Liberian dollars. UN people, they were paying in US dollars. And because they were paying in US dollars, the US dollar were all over the market. All over the market. In fact, somebody will go to the market. Some people will not even use Liberian dollar. They will take the US and pay, because almost all of the UN organization that was in Liberia, or all of the small NGO and RNGO, all of them were paying their people in US dollar. Now that these people have pulled off, or these people have left the country, since they left the country, what happened is that the US that used to be circulating, the people then they carry all of the US. All of the US, they carry it. So what happened now, since they carry all of the US, the money now that remain in Liberia is our own money. And then small US there, the US that there is being kept in the bank for other business people who want to, like, for example, go out to go China and other things, to go and borrow this particular money, or to go and buy it from the central bank. So Liberia is not using what we call US dollars as maybe, let's say, 80% as its own currency. While it is true that US dollar is a legal currency in Liberia, but we are not using that. So since the UN people go now, it made US business to be high. And in economy, the common thing economists say is that once you get plenty money running behind small thing, what happened? The price of that particular thing will go up. Like, for example, you get 2 cups of rice. Then everybody, pero ABO, my own pero in studio there, all of us say want a cup of rice. What will happen? The man who selling your cup of rice, he will carry the cup of rice up, because he knows say he the only person that's selling it. He bluffing. So that what happened in my people, because the US that were in the country, now the UN now go, all the small NGO now go, international RNGO and what have you, they now go now. So they carry all the US, it made the US now to be small. And furthermore, the government printed money. Remember, before this particular election, the government print plenty Liberian dollar. Plenty Liberian dollar, the government print on the market. So because of that, the Liberian dollar became plenty on the market, while the US dollar becomes small. So at the end of the day, what happened now? You found out that the plenty Liberian dollar now. Thank you.
Liberian dollars is
Thank you. So the plenty Liberian dollar now is running behind the small US dollar. So at the end of the day now, you find out that, for example, when a brother AB gets in the 5,000 US dollar, and all want it. My brother in studio want it. I'ma say I wanted it, made that in China want it. At the end of the day, brother AB will say, well, my man, they might rate here $1 for example, $250. But because our brother AB alone get the money, and we all get plenty Liberian dollar, what we do now? The high rate business. So brother AB will say, well, okay, my man, look,
the high rate carry the day.
Fine. So we must understand that the thing that made today, the US rate is clean way up. And furthermore, Liberia is not.
Maybe it will be in the orbit.
No, but the government doing something to stop it.
So what?
And one thing again, our people must understand is that the government, most of our thing we are importing. We are not really to say we're selling things to other countries. Most of the thing, Liberia people, we can go and buy it from other countries. And when we're going to go buy things from other countries, we want US dollar. All the business people, when they go China, that US. When they even come here to the America here, that US. And we're not making US, the money, US money, enough for all the Liberia money we're using. So there's the reason why you see today in Liberia, they are putting a system in place. Like, for example, when somebody send money, when we send like $100 to Liberia now, they will tell you, say, 25% of that money that you send, they will give it to the people in Liberian dollar. Mm-hmm. Then 75% will be in US dollar. So this is one of the things that our people doing in Liberia that is a good thing. First of all, they're trying to curtail it. The big people can say, the poor people can say curtail it. In Ghana, for example, I don't care somebody send $1 billion to you, you go to Ghana, you will take everything in in Ghana cedis. Whether that be a $1 million, you will take all in Ghana money. You will not carry $5 in US money. At the end of the day, say you get US dollar, you will pass around and nobody will send it. So this is the kind of process that Liberia is doing. So now you see, when you carry your money, $100, $25, that Liberian dollar. The other one that US dollar. So that small will come in there because room was not built in the daytime. Now, let's look at the achievement again when it comes to the job, the labor business. Now, when it comes to this labor, in Liberia, you know, we have labor ministry, we have the commerce ministry. Before we had labor ministry, you have to say we now have no labor ministry in Liberia. Our people then were working for other Lebanese people or working for the BP company. When the people then get there, they just look at them, one morning the Lebanese man, or maybe the man who get a company, just sit down for long and look at somebody like, oh, my nose looking like someone, your nose too big, and I want you again. So move from here, I sack you. Nobody there to talk for you. At the end of the day, you carry your case to Ministry of Labor. They will use your own case to go take money from the Lebanese man and eat it. Then why you suffer? But today we are seeing the labor ministry is protecting the Liberian people in a way that they're protecting their job. Just a few days ago, there's a company called the APM Terminal to Freeport that taking care of people who can send things. The Ministry of Labor told them that you must pay since they went in Liberia in 2011. Since 2011, they're not able to pay the people for overtime. People can work overtime, then pay them. The people then who go on leave that they're supposed to pay, they not pay them. So the Ministry of Labor now was able to go to them and tell them, say, look, my people, you know what? You must pay the people money. And as I speak now, they start already paying the people money. Let's look at some of the plantation. For example, when you look at Sept24 was treating, is alleged that some of the people, they were treating them bad. They not used to pay them correct. They used to treat workers and get a slave. Ministry of Labor went there and told the people, say, you know what? You got to stop this thing here. In fact, Ministry of Labor even found them and said, we find you all for behaving bad to the Liberian people. And then they pay the money. So now they agree that they will treat the Liberian people good. And with another thing again is that the Ministry of Commerce, before we used to have expired goods on the market, nobody know, nobody get time. We buy expired fish, we eat it. The Ministry of Commerce there, nobody now even know what happened. But today, we are able to see the Ministry of Commerce going around, getting all the ratting things then when not supposed to be on the market and finding the people there. Thank you very much. Abijale, who were there? Just imagine someone when I even born when Abijale were there. Can you imagine? We're in Liberia there. But today we have this particular government able to go to Abijale and say, look, Abijale, the thing you're selling is expired. We find you. But for any other government, when you go there, some kind of minister will call you and say, my mellow, that my interest down, that somebody interest. But we're seeing that this thing happening. So we're seeing that the labor ministry have restored the dignity of the Liberian people in job business. And they're also working so they can be able to increase the salary of the Liberian people. That is number one. Today, we get the IAA, that is the Internal Audit Agency. They have been able to audit government ministries. Just imagine, government has said auditing or said na as we're speaking. And they have been able to save millions of dollars from ghost name. Some people that need on the salary, they're not there. Maybe, for example, my uncle Jumbo Sumo went there a long time, since 1847. He needs to stay on the payroll. Somebody stay collecting the money, whereby you finish dying hours and you're not there, or you're not working for government. So the agency called RAA, they able to discover 700 plus need. That's the first need they discover. And they retrieve $1 million US, American people money, and almost 80 million Liberian dollar money. Now, as I speak to you, the process stay ongoing. So there are a lot of things that this particular government has done. I just name a few because the time now there other people got to call. So these are things, and it cannot even be compared to the 12 years some people stay in power. We see security. Like for example, the last thing I will talk before I go, Henry Reeves. Okay, Henry Reeves died. One big man they call him Harris Reeves. Harris Reeves, that one big man in Liberia, that man died. Nobody know. They just play jaka with that man death. Up to today, we not even know how that man died. Somebody say, well, the man go swim in water. Another man again, that man a big lawyer. They call the man Marco Addison. That man died. They just made Yoko. They say the man go swim in the net. Up to today, we not even know who killed that man. No investigation, nothing. They just do yeah. But today, look at, just imagine small person like Tyrone Brown. Although in the mind of human being, he not really small, but mean small, he not get the kind of character or the kind of money that the other people get. But today, the police people able to discover the person who do the work or who killed that man. And today, as I talk to you now, they in court. Even though the police not get enough material, but they able to manage and then they send the people and catch them and carry them to court. So there are plenty of things that the particular government do. Coming via coastal highway to connect Maryland, Grand Crew, and all the other countries that have never been connected since 1847. So these are some of the things that the government now do that other governments, since they stay there 12, 35 years, almost 40 years plus on stand, they're not able. Yes, sir.
Prince, thank you.
So you give me special report for us, for special simple English for our studio, yeah.
Caller, what is your name? Thank you for joining Abraham and Emmanuel presentation.
Oh, okay. This is Fred Student. I call from Iowa, Des Moines, Iowa.
90 days. The president said you want to be president. 90 days. Oh. They think the paper are doing it good. Some people say the president will not achieve. Some people say he will. What's your take?
Oh yeah, like the problem about Liberia is like our environment right now. Like I always told people, every community get a language. Like everything people saying, the president is doing this, the president is doing that, the president is doing here. Most of them are policy statement. Not too many Liberian people understand policy. Before every implementation, there must be policy, and the policy must define. It must be defined, it must have aim and objective. It must have implementation. The implementation goes with time. There should be time limit. Oh yeah, I want to build a coastal highway. Yeah, we should have a time. So in Liberia right now, mostly in the rural part, telling somebody say, oh yeah, I want to build coastal highway, it's a good thing. And for us, we say, oh yeah, to come up with this plan of building a coastal highway, the president has to do a lot of assessment. They have to raise the money. They have to do other things. But in our common setting, the people don't understand it that way. The people understand that, oh yeah, just I want to build coastal highway. Today, people should be on the road grading and carrying their own. That's how Liberia works. Like in other sense, we say Liberia wants to see reality. Because the people have been promised for a very long time. You know how many politicians have been talking about connecting city, connecting they want all the good plans, and nothing have been working before. So if you come with the same thing and say, oh yeah, I will do that, we know you want to do it and you're planning to do it, but people might classify you to be like the other people. So in short, what I have to say, like, we the Liberian people, like I was talking, we the Liberian people too at times, mostly the youth, who ourselves responsible for some of the things our leader been doing over the time. Like the Peaceville City, this few times I heard one group called and said the Peaceville Youth Alliance, honoring the city mayor of Peaceville. Peaceville is not even independent. The Mora City Corporation had to send truck to go get dirt from Govacha. They say the city mayor had worked so much with the youth and she have done well, so the people are honoring. So the honoring thing had to stop. Liberia need reality. We need to see the work being done.
Honoring people that we had no business honoring.
Yeah. Somebody come today, they feel that the people are honoring the first lady. Every day they're honoring people. Look, the kind of honoring, we have to stop this honoring and we give the people the chance to work. Not every day you honor somebody who had nothing done, the person just taking over their life. Somebody came to speak. Look, somebody came to speak to all the person say, okay, I'm from government education. I came to ask the Liberian people one kind of policy statement called propo. They will honor the finance minister. So the man, they can't ask you, I want to do a policy, but honor the man. So when the man do the work, and then what will do for the man? So we need to leave the people. The people need to work. We want reality. I've been supporting citizens since 2005. Emmanuel know me. I'm a born citizen, but I believe in reality. George, we are not campaigning no more. Look, I have calculated George, we have promises from campaign time to his presidency. It's over 10 billion. George, we might not even raise that money until the whole thing is over. So this time, I want to see reality. I'm a born citizen. That's the only party since I started voting in 2005. I've been voting for and I support them fully. But I want to see reality. This is not a campaign tactic to come and say, oh, I want to see the coastal highway. I want to see the machine going there tomorrow and be working. I want to see Banga. I want to see the quota being paid. They are know the people working. You know that tactic, what many people spend 7 million on 1 building. Over 9 years now, you can't finish. Good news for you. Community college in the valley. Want to see reality in this government. Yeah, this is, yeah.
Good news for you is that the vice president today broke ground for the construction of the Banga airstrip.
But I just saw the news today. Those are things we want to see.
Will be landing in Banga. Can you imagine that?
Emmanuel, I was just reading the news. Those are things we want to be seeing.
Okay. All right. Let's take other people.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, hello. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah,
Welcome
sorry,
to
but I beg you, I want you to just give me 30 minutes. This is
Prince.
Prince again.
No, I can't
Yeah.
give you 30 minutes, Prince.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I just talking sorry, but just give me a few seconds.
Yeah, 30
I know you
seconds.
can. Yeah, just give me 30 seconds. Thank you. But Abi, there is something my brother in studio there. He talked, and I just want to say it. I just want to buttress it. This is the first time in the history of Liberia since 1840 that a president has been able to ride all car along with all of his ministers. Then, as we speak today, there are people passing around with la information. So, oh, the president get 90,000 a car. The president, along with his minister, then that the only government were able to save millions of US dollars from buying car. As we speak to you, the president is still riding all car. The car where the former president used, that the car. Most of the ministers, almost about 99% of all of the ministers, they get committee that set up to be able to retrieve the car. So this is to tell you that the proper agenda that we're talking about is not just policy, it's working. The physical thing, we are seeing it, it's there.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Doctor, this one. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? Welcome to Abraham and Mandra presentation.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. My name is Christopher Tobasi. I'm calling from Fargo, North Dakota. What I want to say this morning is, first of all, I want to say you guys are doing a great job. Today's program was fair and balanced, and I want to thank you guys very much for that. What I want to say here is that we have a country for almost 200 years. We have an oligarchy system of government for 200 years. I'm talking about one-party system, small group of people who control state resources and deprive and abuse the masses. And for today, for us to see that this government is not perfect, Georgia administration is not perfect and will never be perfect. We shouldn't fool ourselves. There's no government in the world that is perfect. You're going to have some shortcomings. But we want for him to do better so that tomorrow, when he will start, somebody different will come and pick up from there. For the 90 days that he has been in power, I think this guy has done extremely well.
When U.S. press, what were you talking about? When the people are going to bed hungry, people have not been taking pay on time. Why you only talk about military hospital? What happened to JFK?
The people have been going to bed hungry for 200 years. Even Honor Helling, the people are going to bed hungry. We are saying that it will not be like that anymore, but it will take time. It's not going to fix right away. There's no way you can come today and fix it right away. We have a system that's been broken since 1822 to now. We have few group of people that came in our country and stole the wealth of that country and abuse the people of that country. Small group of people, little people from this America, small group of people came and abused the people, the masses in our country for 200 years. And you think we're going to clean it up in one day, my brother? Let's be realistic. You and my friend, we are country boys. And we know that.
So this CDC administration is doing extremely well, eh?
I say for the 90 days, let's try to get a guy slack. I'm not saying that everything was perfect for the 90 days. But I'm saying let's give him a slack. This will motivate the guy to do better. This will motivate the guy to go to the limit. I mean, this guy has been lobbying going around to raise funds. This guy, in fact, for the first time in the history of Liberia, we ever heard something called military hospital. You got 1 million people and plus living in Monrovia. You don't think that 1 million people here supposed to go to hospital? You think that those
JFK supposed to be equipped?
Of course, JFK is supposed to be equipped. Why it wasn't equipped since it was built? So now.
But you know JFK was You know JFK had been equipped before. It was the war that caused JFK. JFK was one of the best hospitals in the region.
Okay, but what happened now? That means there's something that happened. Okay, you will not tell me that Haley did not
have money enough to equip JFK. Haley was one of the presidents that received a lot of money. Almost $9.something billion went into that country.
Yeah,
so
but
Haley
also, the current president was a sitting senator for Maserati. That also fall in his oversight responsibility.
Yeah, but one senator cannot make a difference. He can only advocate. And other senators, and he have to go to persuade.
Okay.
You know, because politics is persuasion. Politics is the way you're going to bring people around. And Liberian politics is very difficult. Most of them are not far-sighted. Most of us. You know, we don't think about the future and the future of our children. We only think about today and what can go in our pocket. And one brother was talking about corruption. Yes, it is true. The past regime and the past government, some of them have been very corrupt. But George Weah has not shown or any sign of being corrupt yet. There's no evidence. There's nothing to show that this guy has been corrupt.
Government was corrupt?
It was very corrupt. Early Johnson government was the government that even abused the Liberian than any other government in the history of Liberia.
But
yes,
President Weah was also working in that government.
But President Weah was responsible for his constituents. He represents people.
President Weah was also peace ambassador under Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Yeah, but President Weah was peace ambassador, but he advocated for peace and justice and fairness. This guy is the man that brings in law.
How can you say Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government was corrupt, but George Weah was not corrupt?
Ellen Johnson was representing he's the president of Liberia. George Weah was representing a constituent. He was representing the people that elected him to speak for them.
Thank you.
Certain people.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Emmanuel, it's like a lot of people in the diaspora really like the old man, and they like the way in which things are going back home.
I think it is based on what the kind of person he is. And like what I've always said on the show individually is that Liberia cannot be developed and will not be developed until you and I contribute. Wherever you are, whatever you can do, what little contribution you can do it. And that's what John F. Kennedy said. He said, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And so, if you have the capacity, one of the called that he sent books to Liberia. He gave books to students. If you just have 1,000 Liberians who live in the U.S. shipping books every day, all the time, or every year to their communities. For example, somebody say, okay, 10 police will ship books straight to my community, Banga City, for example. You have 3 people from Banga in the shipping books of Banga. You know how many students have access to book in Banga? You even have a big public library in Banga. Likewise in the rural counties, in the rural communities in Morovia.
Let's say every Liberian in the U.S. just say, well, we will donate $1. Just $1. Every year, the government will generate more than $3.5 million. Just every Liberian, just $1.
See that? So what are we doing to help the government? Government only raise money. The government funds from government only raise money from the revenues they raise from taxes. And, they put on people the revenue taxes people pay. That's all. And then donuts money. Government people can say, oh my man, okay, that €1 million, that €2 million to help you implement your policy. So then you go and credit money, you can't implement your policy. I see money credited, you have to pay back that money with interest. So what are we doing as people to help build our communities? These are things that we should be looking at. And I think we should continue this kind of discussion to make sure more Liberians get involved in moving Liberia forward. I mean, I've been very blessed the time on this to make sure that our contributions in our discussion are then going across the country.
And for me, you see, I always say we will support whosoever that the people elected and whosoever that is in the interest of our people, whatsoever policy. Just we are as an individual have nothing to lose. He have nothing to lose like Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. But whatever that the president need to improve the life of the people. I'm in support of that. I am not in support of any corrupt activities. I will not support anyone who just talk without doing. I love people with actions. I love people to speak with action. That's the reason why one of my favorite presidents right now in Africa is John Pombe Magufuli. You will not believe it that this man reduced his salary to $400 and some more US. While our lawmakers are making thousands of dollars. Come to the end. Talk show. We have Ben Abraham and Emmanuel on the Abrakar talk show. Sorry for coming on the show this morning late, but we promise tomorrow we'll be here at 7. You better move on. We'll give you the time to talk while we the presenters also listen, because it is better for us to listen than for us to do all the talking. And so because we are leaders and we are happy, and so that you can be able to improve the life of our people by calling and making your comments, that alone helps the life of our people as well. President, we have been in office 90 days now. The 90 days we are sitting on this microphone from my end. If I was your eyes to gray, I will give you 78. Mandate will also call you because every instructor have their own code and have their own codes to present. Yeah, Emmanuel, your final one.
Yeah, so we want to say thank you to every one of you who tune into the program. And we ask you to continue to tune in every day as we share our own opinion. I think we have to get Prince on. Most often they're giving us simple Liberian English, information.
That will cost us some money.
Yeah, so we appreciate that, and it was good having interaction with the Liberian people. And we ask you to always try your own weak way to see what kind of contribution you're going to do to help anybody in the community back home. Please do it. Thank you very much.
And our 1 year anniversary, we're going to print T-shirts.
Yes.
And also, and that fund is going to go to Liberia. We're not going to, the studio is already okay. We are not going to take that fund to invest it here. We will take it and present it to a school. We will allow our audience to identify a school. We will take a vote, and the highest school, the higher number of person that will recommend a specific school, that money will go strictly to that school for children uniforms and also fees to help their parents. And so thank you.
Sing with me, say.